Hi, this is Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. Getting stuff done. Didn't do any bed prep, but this is the end of day one for the main goal for my everyday work for the next 3 days or so, maybe 5. Actually 5. Or at least 5 days in the next week, is to work on the tumbleweeds. As you can see, I've got some tumbleweeds there that could come up, some tumbleweeds there that could come up, lots of tumbleweeds there. But I'm going to go over to the area that I finished today. But today I had a pile of wood out here that needed to be split or cut somehow so that it could fit into my wood stove. And so I hired a guy. My wood guy came over and chopped it up for me. And then so technically I'm not really done with those tar patties. I'm just going to be throwing a couple of them into my truck garbage can every week. And I'm probably going to have to double up the bags. I've already broken a couple bags. But I was playing around and I put up this trellis thing, and I've got another one right there, and I'm actually thinking, well, I don't know. Anyways, here's how the garden's looking. I went and got water today, and I haven't unloaded them from the truck. As you can see, nothing has gotten done on the hugelkultur mound, but we got dun 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 shade structure, and I swept this off. I picked out all the garbage and man-made wood and swept everything over to the side. I've got a lot of charcoal I can harvest here, and all of this stuff got swept into there. And I'm even making little planters down at the bottom. I don't know, this might not be a good idea. But here's how it looks. Oh, and I wanted to mention this. This was just covered with tumbleweeds. And I pulled all the tumbleweeds away, and look at these beautiful mounding grass specimens. Just stunning. So I'm really excited about these grasses. So I love them. I'm going to try moving them around. Like right over there, I've got like some small ones. So I'll probably pull up some of those smaller ones and maybe some of the more medium ones. And look at how pretty they look in the little nooks and crannies. Those are really good for an edgy garden. Like mine, my edgy garden. But anyways, so this is a super cheap shade structure, and the legs I feel like are very wimpy. And even though we've got it tied down and we used the pins that came with the unit, we're going to be getting some better pins and also reinforcing the legs with something like this, but bigger, badder, and stronger. Like that metal fence post thing. But I think this will be okay for a couple days. He's going to come back on Thursday and do that. And then I'm probably going to cut this branch off right here. I'm thinking, because it's right where your face wants to be. And maybe this branch. Just a couple little branches. And then we're going to be putting some aluminate over here. Now, I thought this was a 10 by 10, but it might be, if I remember correctly, it might have been like some kind of weird dimension, like 11 by 11. It seems like I remember, but I'm pretty sure it's just a 10 by 10. But it feels bigger to me. But all I can say is Yahoo! So I don't know what exactly this space is going to be for, but I'm thinking my plant nursery for one. And anyway, so I'm going to somehow put a luminette along here and maybe some illuminate along here just to mitigate the damaging bright sun and cool the area off and make it a little more private. So yeah, I'm like super stoked. Just super happy to have this area like usable. Everybody freaks out about those tumbleweeds. They just feel like a part of my life now. Look, I got a pile of tumbleweeds over there in the corner. I still have some tumbleweeds in the walkway right there. But I want to leave those actually because I want to try to do some edgy planting in the pathway right there where those are. So they do a pretty good job of sort of mulching the soil and helping to retain, you know, water. Yep. So, all right, Crystal at the Rain Dance Ranch. Sorry, I'm just just looking around at what got done and what needs to be done next. Don't ever stop. All right, when it rains, go out and dance.